What's up, guys? It's your girl, Matt Cox with MA Couture Crafting, and welcome to Tula Week. Well, sort of Tula Week. We've got a couple of Tula Pink videos for this week. And when I say we, I mean me, myself, and I, because it's only me. Um, I just want to review what's going on with Tula Pink right now. Why? Because I love Tula Pink. However, I haven't said anything about Tula Pink because honestly, I haven't been watching any Tula Pink anything because it was all just a bit too much for me. Because of the way that we are getting the information now, because we're being treated the same way as the distributors, the quilt companies, because of the way that COVID happened, and she's coming every week with something else, something new, which is not new to them, but I'm like, whoa, information overload as a consumer and only a consumer, I'm like, this is a lot. I can't keep up. I can't keep getting super excited. And we have to wait so long before they actually get here. It's just all been a lot. I've been overwhelmed personally. That's just, with me and the things because every time I see a pattern or a new design, I'm like, yes, I have this idea and then there's another one and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have 20 million ideas and uh-oh, there's another one. So now I have more. And so it's just been Tula Pink overload for me because I'm on her Instagram and I'm seeing what she's doing and I'm looking constantly because I really, really, really like her as a designer. In my mind, we're so best friends, but it was just a lot. So over the past couple of days, I've taken time to kind of comb through what she's been talking about to see what's upcoming, what I'm excited about, kind of trying to map out a plan because once it starts coming, I feel like it's going to really pick up for whatever reason even though it's, spring, May, and then summer, which will be Deja Vu and it's a lot. So I've grabbed a gang of her stuff. I've chopped it up just to kind of highlight the things that I'm excited about so that we can have some talks about what you're excited about too. So let's get into it. You guys know how I do. I will stop, I will talk, I will chat about what it is that she's saying. And that's just how we do here. So let's get into this. We are going to, I don't even know what that's doing there. Let's do this. Let's do it bigger. All right, let's get into it.
Notice my jacket. It's embroidery time. So I wanted to show you the new embroidery collection that's coming out for Tiny Beasts. And we'll go through, like we do, each design so you know what comes in it. But so Tiny Beast embroidery collections.
If you guys haven't done so already, please check out my M17 video, which has the embroidery machine and the sewing machine on it. I want an embroidery machine more than I want my next breath of air. So, you know, I I really want to be able to embroider, but I can't yet, and it stinks. But I'm obsessed with her designs that come out. So let's check it out.
There are 21 designs on this, and I think I'm wearing most of them. So the lovely, love your dandy,
Love the
little
dandy.
dandelion hedgehog making
He's
a wish.
cute. How about I
Cute.
just recreate this whole
The
jacket? How about
fox,
that?
super cute. I love this running fox.
Me too.
So this one was really cool. They did it on the collars of
Love
the
that.
jacket, which I thought was really cool. Kind
Put
of
it
all
on
the
the
way
cuffs
around,
too.
which I thought was cute.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, like I opened this jacket and I looked at it. There is a lot of work in this jacket.
And I want to be able to
Somebody
do it.
went super ham because one time years ago I was like, yeah, I like embroidery on jackets, but it's always just one image on the back of the jacket, kind of small. And it's like, I wish it was more. Well, I think they gave me more.
I think so too.
I've got, yeah, anyway, we'll
I
get
would
there.
totally do that
Okay,
jacket.
the
I think
acorn kills me. I don't know why I think that is the cutest little shape of a thing
because it is.
ever.
It's
You
so
know, this would
cute.
be cute to like embroider, which we actually have the deer here too.
I love I
What?
love the
Look at
sizes that
that
that deer comes
thing.
in. And you
What
can
the
change out the
hell? That
colors
looks
like, oh my goodness,
amazing.
guys. Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Ah,
Oh, and a littler one. Gosh, that big boy looks crazy. What size hoop do you need for this? You probably need like some insane hoop that
well,
only
the
comes
M17 has got you
on
covered if you
like
want to spend
some type
25,000
of
for it.
machine. I don't know. Floor, the little flowers.
I like those. Boy, I
Two
want to be able to
flowers
embroider.
from, they're actually from this print,
I would put
from the
Tula Pink
deer
as much as I
print.
would do
And then we've
Disney.
got some of
Like
the, I like how
put
they always
Mickey
do sort of the
and
little
deers.
sprigs of things. I mean, I pull out hedgehog, we've got raccoon in a flower.
Excited about that.
This is from One Man's
I like
Trash.
the one where he's wrapped up with the apple core. Yeah, that
The
one.
print.
Hmm.
Raccoon there. I don't know what's in there. Maybe nothing. Maybe something great. We don't know. And really mad
Look at
about. I
this
think it's so
jacket.
crazy and
Oh,
cool and so extra. And then we got deer over the pocket here, which I think they actually sewed through the pocket, so it's a shallow pocket now. But you know
yeah,
what else? So we've got deer over here. We have foxes on the collars.
yeah.
Got, I loved this guy kind of blowing off into the wind off the shoulders. The one over here,
She
not
always
as
has a
much, but
sweater or a jacket
the
I
back
want.
is the crazy part.
Yeah, they went in on the back.
Can you see all of that?
Yeah,
What a
that's
great
perfect.
It's
way.
wild. It's like the giant bear, and then they put all the shenanigans around it
The
and made it like a
shenanigans.
bigger design, which is sort of what I always want a thing to be, like a bigger design, like more extra, more over the top, because it's embroidery, right? So we can take all these like pieces from the fabric.
Oh, I can't
I
wait to be
mean,
able to
I drew it,
embroider.
so I like it. I hope you like it. That's insane. So I want to talk about a bunch of the
Okay, so we are moving on from the embroidery. Obviously, I'm obsessed with it. I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to play with my own colors. I want an embroidery machine so badly, but it's going to need to be a big one because I need a big hoop so that I can do the back of that jacket with ease. And it's probably at some point going to need to be a 10 needle because, yes, but we're not there yet. I don't have one. Nobody's calling me like, "Hey, we need you to take this off our hands at this point." So we'll figure that out. So now we're just going to get into her Tiny Beast quilt. This is a super simple, super chill quilt, but she dropped some major knowledge in this one. So let's hear what she's talking about.
little quilty things that are happening in here, but also just show you the finished thing. Can you see it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so if you remember, last time on the episode of this quilt, I don't even know what this is called. I'm kind of just calling it the Tiny Beast quilt, even though it's not super overly obvious that it's a Tiny Beast quilt. The whole idea, my favorite quilts are just the most straightforward, quiltiest quilts,
Hmm,
right? That just scream quilty. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's not trying to
I like that.
innovate in any way. It just
It's a
is
good old
sort of
star.
basking in the glory of what it is,
I
which
like
is
that.
a really traditional craft. And that's what I love about quilting. It's why I'm not like a wallpaper designer or like some other kind of designer. I am a fabric designer because I love quilts. And this is like a
I could
really
do some Tula Pink
core
wallpaper.
traditional quilt,
Just saying.
which
Just saying.
makes me really excited.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings.
So it's kind of an I Spy also because every single block has something to find in it. So
Which
there's a
is
lot
fun.
of different
Look
things
at
in
that.
here, plus
It's
all
great.
of the Tiny Beast things, which really started this whole quilt. So we've got the bear, the little chipmunk squirrel. It's like a leopard chipmunk. I'm not sure like what kind of animal I was inventing here, but
He's a cutie
the
patootie.
little deer face, the little hedgehog dandelion, who's your dandy, which in my opinion was the best named fabric ever.
Hmm.
Um, just so many little trinkets in here, and it's so fun to be able to sort of use those scraps in a way that feels like I'm preserving them and saving them,
Here's
which
your
is
knowledge.
what I love about quilts. So I don't know who told me this. It was ages ago. But so I have I collect fabrics too. I just don't tell you about it because I tell you about my fabrics, but I collect other people's fabrics too.
I wonder
And
who.
somebody told me once
Anybody
that the
know?
best way to save them in a way that's actually useful is to put them in a quilt.
She's
So all
right.
these fabrics that I'd been hoarding and collecting and not willing to let go of, I started putting them in quilts, and it is really fascinating the way it's like now I see them all the time. I never saw them when they were in boxes or in drawers being saved.
Right. I like that.
So I wanted to
All right, now we're jumping into Deja Parisville. Not Deja. Is it Deja Vu? I don't know. a whole nother one. Ready? This is yeah, Parisville Deja Vu. Let's talk about these quilts right here. The other one was a nice quilt. You know, it's got the writing around the sides, which I really like. That's something I wanted to try with a Robin Pickens design, which I probably still will do. These here are pretty cool. I just don't know if I want to go with the kit or if I want to try to design something on my own. But there's something very special about the one behind her that
Show you
I'm
some
really
of them.
tickled
One
by.
of them is a pattern from a pattern designer that I hooked up with because I
And I
really
do
loved the
Dresden's. You know,
pattern.
I'm a
So I
circle
asked
girl,
her if
so
we could sort of
I've
reconfigure the
done
pattern just
Dresden.
slightly. And that's a huge ask. And so I was really psyched that she said yes and was able to do it. So that is this quilt here that's on the
Nice.
table. And this is called Nosegays by Charisma Carpenter. And
I like it.
did she? I wanted to
But I
see.
think I want to
I make
display
myself
that
notes,
particular
guys.
fabric in a different
Yes.
way.
So she quilted it also. I just want to make sure I get all the credits right.
The
So
focal
Charisma
fabric.
Carpenter of Charisma's. Can you see the difference between my head and the side of the block? Thank you, Kim. Um, he's used to these kind of comparisons from me. So, but
That's a huge block, which I do like, which means the quilt
this
will
quote,
go
I'm
by
gonna hold
very,
it
very
up. I just
Yeah,
want
quickly.
you
I
to be
think it'll
able to
look really
see
good
it.
held up.
It looks
Can you
good.
see
Don't
it?
get me
Yep,
wrong. I just want
looks
to
It
do
great.
looks good with
something
my shoes.
a little more
Let's get a close up.
angular
It looks
and
really good with my shoes.
It does.
Yeah.
vertical with this particular fabric
It has
line
to be. I mean,
because of the
if
way
you were
that the
trying
fabrics
to
were
three
designed.
piece some of these angles, you'd want to poke yourself in the eyeball with your
I
own
think
seam
it's paper
ripper.
piece too,
But
and I like
I
it
just think the
a
way the
lot.
color landed in this is super, super cool.
She's not wrong.
Again, we kind of sent this back and forth and we're collaborating on it digitally. And seeing it in person is so different because so many of the colors I use, you actually
Up in
can't
that
see
corner,
in print, like on
look at the
paper, and you
colors,
can't
the way that they
see
kind of
on a
glow. And I'm not a
monitor.
pink girl,
So I
but
have to
there's something
imagine
about
what
this.
these
I
colors
might
look
just do
like because
that.
I
I
can't
don't know.
reproduce them digitally.
I don't know.
So some of these colors just came out so poppy and so cool. So here's the structure of it. So it
I love
does
this
sort of
too, right
rainbow
here.
through,
Yeah,
right? Sort of ombres through. And then there's these center blocks, which are the main diamond of the main piece, right? So
it's
the
a
main
lot
ship
happening
head,
right there,
and
though.
then bordered here, but that becomes a setting block.
I don't
So what I
know.
thought was really
There's
cool
something
about
about
this
this
design
design.
is it used the main fabric as a setting piece instead of a central piece, which is sort of flipping the script
I
on
think I
what
have
you
an idea. I
normally
think I will
do.
try this
And
in a way.
so these are the setting blocks that
I think
have the main fabric in it, and then the support fabrics become the actual main blocks of the
there's
quilt,
something there
which I
with
think is
this
super fun.
design.
The other thing that we
Maybe I'll
did
play with that
is
one.
we started out with the background being weird Friday video today, but that was just to
And this is where I think I was like, whoa, wait a minute, Tula. Like, I just couldn't handle it, which is funny because, of course, I want to be all in the know and, be one of the fabric designers who has stuff, but obviously, as a consumer, I was like, this is a lot to take in on Friday. Like, it wasn't even a full week later. It was like, bop, bop, bop. I said, oh my goodness, what's happening? But I do like the collection. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of got like a sultry kind of feel to me. Animal meat sultry. I don't know. Let's look at it.
be able to launch the fabric collection. So this is my brand new fabric collection, and I want to talk a little bit about it, tell you what's behind it, and then go through some of the prints and show you what's what. So my new fabric collection that is open for shops to start ordering now, I believe, is called Moon Garden. I'm super, super excited about it. So you know that I like to sort
So I went to go to try to find Moon Garden because the way that she displayed it was just lengthy. And then I ran into Tiny Beast and I was like, oh my goodness, look at all of this that's coming. Tiny Beast, Tiny Beast. Um, Dots and Stripes, which I'm really looking forward to those being a blender. So then I went on to the Free Spirit, and then I started checking that out, and I couldn't really grab good, solid pictures of that. So then we're gonna just jump ahead a bit till we get to Tula's site, and here we are. Now, you guys, let me tell you, She does do some snakes, and I come from a family and friends that do not play snake. They don't play it. They don't want to see it on a TV. They don't care how cute you draw it. So beware that they are coming. I am very respectful. Spoiler alert: she did some snakes. Look away because it's you're getting ready to see it in a few moments. It's cute. It's cartoony, but where I come from, we don't. They don't play snake. I don't really care about them, but it's one coming. So look away if you need to. I'll tell you when you can look again. So I love Kabloom, and then here are the snakes, the owls, the birds. On the computer screen, you really don't get the true saturation of these colors. When she was doing them in the video, I was like, oh my goodness, I have never really wanted to use bird fabric before, but all of a sudden I have to have the owls, I have to have these little birds. I might even do something with the snake, but I'm a little skeptical about it, even though I think it's a pretty snake. I do think she did a good job with it. And this wood grain kind of texture too that she jumps to is it's pretty cool. It looks good. Then she has some blenders that you really can't see well here, but they're geometric with some rainbow dots going through them. There's some more of the kabloom, which I am obsessed with. That big flower is gorgeous. And then we have the owls and the birds in a different colorway. Of course, she nailed the collection. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's beautiful. It's just like, whoa, one after another after another. And they're not really being released. Well, COVID messed up some of that stuff too, because I think we probably should have had Tiny Beast by now, but it's a lot. But I don't know what on earth I want to do with this yet. But I do think it's pretty. I am interested in it. I am still excited by her, but yeah, it's a lot to take in. It's just a good old consumer. And the dragonflies remind me a lot of the flamingos. They're very pretty. It's safe to look. And then I figured since I was here, let's just look at Tiny Beasts really quickly. I am I've got some projects already in line for this. It would be great if I had an embroidery machine because a lot of them revolve around being able to embroider, which I can't do, which is really ticking me off. You guys, maybe if I keep saying it enough that one will just magically appear. The one that I want is like 6 grand, and I know that I should probably be looking into a long arm prior to doing that, but I might put the cart before the horse. I'm really I don't know. The raccoons are gorgeous. The bear is super cool that he's hidden in here. The deer are some of my faves. The squirrel, I really like it. And since we were here, I figured we'd go on ahead and look at Deja Vu too. It's a very small collection, but it's a good one. And I think I'm going to look into doing that diamond pattern, but putting a little mac, a little mac in there. We're going to mac that down some kind of way and see what we come up with a few changes here and there. And then I think I will have gotten that out of my system. Although I really want this pattern blown up and put all over my walls. I wish that was a wallpaper pattern because I would do a whole room in that. Kid you not. And then I figured we would look at tiny dots and tiny stripes. I am looking forward to this, and I'm hoping that this just adds on to true colors and it's something that we can get all the time because it obviously works very, very well with what she has going on and probably other fabrics too. You need something like this. You need something that's just kind of subtle that you can enhance your other stuff with, and it looks good.
So this is very exciting. I'm Tula. It's Tuesday. We're talking. Just
And
have to
this
get
is
that
the
out of the way.
last thing that we
Okay,
have going
so we
here,
have a new product alert. Um, so you may remember last year, sometime was that last year? I have no concept of time. We launched the 1.5 inch webbings, which I
which
was
I
super
love.
excited.
Webbing is her webbing is expensive. There's no getting around it. Renaissance ribbons are expensive. The quality is up there. We love it, but it's expensive. So I went ahead and bought them in the packs that it comes in. I got I think all the colors when one of my stores was having some kind of sale. But I am excited for the additions of this because webbing is pretty cool. You can really do some cool things with it outside of just putting it as straps on a bag. And I look forward to playing with some of this stuff really soon.
About, and y'all seem to like them. And I was really excited about that too because I was very into it. I was excited that other people were into it.
It
I
looked great with
mean,
her fabrics. I
I've
mean, great.
become quite the little bag maker in recent times, and webbing is like the best way to make something look sort of cool and finished. And I also super hate turning handles
I don't
inside
hate
out.
that.
For whatever
I wonder
reason,
what
it's
she
just
does.
something that I can't bring myself to do. So I've always used webbing on bags instead of like a fabric handle. And so make it, but it's really hard to find colors. They come in like red, black, navy. They're pretty basic, kind of
Hmm.
boring. So
Except for that
launching our
neon
own
that we
webbing
found.
was crazy. I was super excited about it. And a lot of people asked if we were going to do a 1 inch because the ones that we released the first round were 1.5 inches wide. Like this little guy here, 1.5 inches wide. And so we have finally finished sampling on our 1 inch wide webbing. That's a lot of W's. 1 inch wide webbing. So I want to go over that because this is releasing in early June. So again, these
Ooh,
are from Renaissance
my
Ribbons.
goodness.
Super normal because it's a woven product, right? And that's just unfinished. Now in cotton, there's nothing you can really do about that. It just kind of happens for eternity. But with
Hmm.
nylon, and this is why I like nylon so much, is when you trim it clean, so when you trim it clean, it will start to unravel, right? Like over time. But with
You're gonna
nylon,
seal
you
it
can
up.
melt the edge of it.
I like this. I do this with my webbing. And then
And
bam.
now it won't. New 1 inch webbings. And in addition, we're adding a
Oh,
black and
you
white
guys.
option,
It's
a
like she
pure white
just
and
spoke
pure black
straight to me
option.
with
So we
this.
had
Like,
to go through
here,
a
this
couple
is for
of
you.
different um,
I should probably buy
versions of
those
this
on the roll because
because it's
I
woven,
want a
the
lot of
color
it.
next to it will always affect the color next to a color will always they'll affect each other, right?
That's
So we
interesting.
started out because it's black on the outsides with a black base weaving the white into it, and it made the white look really silver. So Renaissance had a great idea to start with a white and actually add the black stripes, which seems obvious, but it wasn't to me. So bravo to
I
them.
think it would be really
Um,
cool to take that webbing and on the side of the Easy Desi bag by Annie, instead of turning, well, you don't turn those straps exactly, but I think it would be nice to add these. I wish I'd had this earlier because we've got some by Annie bag hacks coming from this channel soon.
so that we could get a really true white instead of a silvery grayish white. So these are a bright stark white, which is nice. So we'll be showing those in
Love it.
the 1.5 inch and the 1 inch version.
Love
So
it. Love it.
these
Love
will
it.
be added to our little mix of colors. Look how
That's a
pretty
nice
it is.
collection for to go with her fabrics.
It's
I
so
don't know,
pretty. It makes me so
well, you
happy.
do what you want to do,
So
but
for
for her fabrics,
retailers,
they
it'll
look
come on
really good.
spools. That's like 2 yard bundles. I think they're both 2 yards. Yeah. So they're
And
little
that's
two
how I
yard
purchased
bundles.
all
So two
mine.
yard bundles
And
of
I'll
one
probably
inch,
do the
2 yard
same thing and
bundle
just grab them
of the
all
one and a
when
half
I can
inch.
catch a good
And what's
sale.
nice about that is it's a really good number for almost every bag. So if you have these just sort of on hand, kind of the same way I keep like
Which I
a
do.
stable of zippers in all
I
different,
keep a bunch of
like
zippers
just
around
big,
too.
I
I don't even know why. I don't
keep
even make
like
that many
every
bags.
color of
Made like
zipper by
5
the
bags in
yard
my
that I can
lifetime.
find because a zipper by the yard, you can always cut it down to whatever size you need. And so these are really nice for
I
that
like zippers
too.
by the yard.
So those are the two ways they'll be offered. Again, these
Nice. And that is all the Tula that we have that I've pulled and nipped at. I am excited for all of the collections that are coming. I am. There are things that I believe that I can do with them, but it's a lot. It's a lot to look forward to. It'll be interesting to see if she continues to do this as the stores start to open back up, as conventions start to be more popular and rebuild and whatnot. Because as a consumer, I'm like, whoa, more. And my little brain just gets, every time I see a Tula collection, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's, and then to wait for it, I'm just not built to wait for things. So don't be surprised if I have an embroidery machine next week. All right, guys, let me know. Let me know if you're overwhelmed, if you think this is a lot, if you like knowing what's coming this far advanced. If you're not a shop, if you're a shop, I know this is not new to you. This is how things work. It's just to me, I'm like, whoa. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're excited about. Let's talk Tula. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.